y'all. We are back. It's been about a week since I've done a live. It feels very weird to be away that long, but we are back today and we are going to do a polish pickup live tonight. So I'm going to show off 6 polishes tonight from 6 different brands. Obviously, there are tons and tons of other brands that will be available at Polish Pickup, but these are the 6 that were sent to me to swatch. The live is, of course, of my own doing. Everything I say in these lives is my own thoughts and feelings. Y'all know the drill. Hello, Laura. Hello, Maria. Laura says, hi, I missed you. I missed you guys, too. Hi, Uncle Alex. Not Uncle Alex. Y'all, my brain. Sorry, Uncle Ashley. It's y'all, brain. Anyways, yes, it's been so long since we've been on here. I feel like it's been way longer than it actually even has. But I am excited to show these Polish Pickup polishes to you. Wow, Polish Pickup polishes. Everyone please try and say that 3 times fast. But there are, like I said, there are 6 brands in here. There are tons of other brands that will be available on the PPU website. So definitely make sure you are in the Polish Pickup Facebook group and following the website. And y'all, if you haven't signed up for emails yet, you should do that as well, because Polish Pickup is actually going to be bringing their overstock polishes to a new special site. Hello to Dimples for me. At the moment, I don't remember the actual name. You know what? Let me just get it off my email. I literally saw the email last night. I don't know when it came in. I was really bad about not checking my emails the whole time we were out of town. But I did see that Polish Pickup has a new special site. Indie Polish Market. Hello, MK, oh my goodness, MKJF97 and Jen. Hello, I couldn't say that. So sorry. Excuse me. Waffles was going off at the neighbors in their own driveway, so I shut my door because I knew y'all were going to hear that. And he just beat down the door, came in, and then started knocking stuff off my PR shelf. Excuse me. All the sass since we've been back, y'all. Anyways, back to, it's the Indie Polish Market. It is a new multi-brand web shop that they are doing aside from Polish Pickup. It apparently allows customers to shop multiple indie brands, as well as the overstock items. For this quarter only, it will be overstock from Polish Pickup. And then in quarter 2, they're going to expand to include, I'm reading this off the site, or the email, vendor synced storefronts. This will allow participating brands to connect their own shops directly to Indie Polish Market, significantly expanding the selection available to customers. This is also going to allow international indie brands to be able to sell to us and make the shipping a little bit more affordable. But anyways, if you haven't signed up for Polish Pickup's emails yet, please do that so that way you can read this stuff. I'm sure they've probably made a post in the Polish Pickup chat group as well, but it's very exciting. Hello, welcome in. We have Laura in here with us, and Zach just came in, and I think that's all I missed. Also, MKJF is Mary Kate Finney. I will try to remember that instead of trying to say that every time. But yes, okay, so let's get into this box. I know that I rambled a little bit, but I thought that that was a cool thing that you could do the overstock stuff from PPU now on a new thing, platform, website? I don't know. Anyways, so as I've said, I have 6 polishes in here tonight. We do have our info sheet. One of the polishes tonight is Cupcake Polish. And technically it was due tonight, but I actually got to see Sarah from Cupcake on our trip. And my plan, because y'all know I don't look at this stuff or swatch it until we do it together, my plan was actually to do this one this morning and then show it off tonight because I didn't want to be late, but she told me that it was okay. So we're going to see it together at the same time. I'm very excited. Jen says, wanting to let you know that I did have some staining from Jill's polish. Ooh, okay, so Jen is talking about the Glisten Glow anniversary duo that launches tomorrow. It is the Sweet 16, which is a super cute pink with rainbow crelly glitter. And then the, okay, I don't know why it's not over here. There's a blue that is 16 and shimmering. I just posted it literally like an hour ago to my page. That's a blue purple shimmer. And I was slightly concerned there might be some staining. I didn't have any problems with staining on my own nails, but I also use a peel off base coat, which I didn't see any stain on it either, but I don't know. Jill said that she hadn't heard any yet, but Jen did say she has staining. But Jen, you typically do 3 coats, right, Jen? And what kind of base do you use? So that could be a difference too, y'all. But just that little disclaimer. So if you are looking at the Glisten Glow 16th anniversary duo, which comes out tomorrow on Glisten Glow's website, if you're looking at that, the purple May stain, there's a little side note. She says, and the PPU, actually, just a few specks of particle staining. Okay, so apparently we're also talking about the PPU Glisten Glow polish. Okay, see, we haven't even gotten into it yet, Jen. I don't remember what's in here. All right, I made a post-it of, like I usually do, y'all, my info sheets, but I haven't looked at any of this stuff since it came in. It came in and got put in the info, or got put in the envelope. So, Jen says I use G&G's Ridge Filling Base Coat. So, disclaimer, that purple May stain, apparently whatever's in here, May stain, we'll get to it in a second. With that being said, let's start opening stuff. So, first up, it looks like we have our Rivets. Now, I do not have a official description or pricing for this just yet. I will have it when I do my posting. Y'all know I always do. I just didn't get it before the live. But we have a really pretty peachy corally. It's not quite burnt orange. It's got a little pink to it. It's called Threat Level Orange. So I guess it's orange. I feel like it's an orange with a little bit of pinky. Like, does that make sense? We're not totally peach, but we're not totally orange. Hello, Carolina. Welcome, welcome. I wish y'all could see the sticker because it's the album cover they used as their inspiration. Hopefully the back camera will show it better. Polish pickup for April, if you didn't know, and I totally forgot to say that, is album covers is the theme. The pre-order, by the way, is April 3rd through 6th, and wish listing, I believe, starts on the 29th. I'm pretty sure it's the Sunday before. I always forget if it's Sunday or Monday, but I'm pretty sure it's the Sunday before. Laura, oh my god, need that for the name. Maisie and I love that song. So yes, Threat Level Orange, and it is, I'm saying a pinky orange, y'all, and then it's got these really pretty iridescent flakes, and then it's got a larger particle shimmer too. It's very shifty. I hope the back camera can really show the details in this one and the sticker, because I love those little details of having the album artwork on the sticker. Next we have, ooh, y'all, this is hot pink. All right. Like, can you see that through the bubbler? She is bright, getting ready for summer, y'all. I have the door open today. It's beautiful. This is Sassy Sauce Polish. I licked the sun, and it is a hot, hot pink. Like, look at my camera is making it a little bit more red than it is in real life because of how hot pink it is. And then it has a gorgeous shimmer. Yeah, there we go, right there. It's got a gorgeous, gorgeous shimmer. I'm seeing greens and orange and maybe yellow in that shimmer. If you are ready for summer and spring and you are a pink person, you're gonna love this one. Oh, it is so bright. Like, that is one that is gonna glow in the sun. Jen says it's 36 degrees here in Connecticut. Ugh, no, thank you. We are, actually, you know what? I don't actually even know what we are. I have the door open for the dogs to go in and out, and I feel like my thermostat said it was 76 last time I walked past it, so we're probably about 76 here. Yesterday was literally freezing. We came home to like 35, and at one point when we were about an hour and a half, 2 hours away, we had flurries. So that was not fun, especially because Sunday in Texas, y'all, was 93. It was hot. I was worried I was getting a sunburn, and then we came home to snow. Next we have Colors to Carol, which, y'all, look at these cute new boxes. Super cute. Here I'm like geeked about the black, but here's the front, and she even has a little window so you can see her label. And then we do have a new label. This is my first Colors to Carol new label. Super cute. Hello, Always Polished Life. Welcome in. Laura says same here in North Indiana, 38 degrees. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird today. I'm sure we'll drop again because it's Missouri. We'll have 5 fall springs and then it'll be summer. So, okay. Colors to Girls is called Sink or Swim, and it's got a really cool like pool water texture on the label. Again, front camera sucks. But it's this gorgeous like cobalt blue, and then it's got shifting flakies that have every color They are very much rainbow flakes in there. Again, very springy, very summer. Super, super blue. And next, we have Lynb. Oh, actually, you know what? I feel like I read on the info sheet because I wrote things down. Oh, Maple's angry. Colors to Carols is actually a thermal too. It says it down here. It's very tiny. But it is a thermal too. So if you want to take a guess at what color this is going to shift, obviously this is its cool state. So it's warm state. I'm going with light blue. I feel like it's going to be a light blue to a dark blue, but place your guesses below. If you're watching this on the replay, either here or over on YouTube, you can also place your guesses. And then at the end of the video, when we do the reveal, you can, or not the end. I don't know if it'll be the dead end. Probably not, because Caroline is here, so it'll probably be the first one we do. But if you guess it right at the end, let me know, or when we do it. Jen says white. Laura says pale green. Ooh, a pale green would be really pretty, Laura. Okay, so next is Lynb Designs. This is They Disguise It, Hypnotize It. It is a magnetic. Right now, it is a gorgeous, like, black, purple, red, shifty multi-chrome. Zach says he's with Laura. He thinks pale green. Hello, Crystal. What are we cooking for dinner tonight? All right, so we are a very shifty multi-chrome. And then if we do our magnet... Ooh, okay, so we get a very deep base, and then all that purple, red, shifty pigment becomes our magnetic. Oh, look at that glow right there. Yes. Oh, this is going to be really pretty. It's a little bit on the darker side for me personally, but I love the way that pigment kind of glows against the dark base. Jen says pale green would be phenomenal, wouldn't it? Crystal says, hello, everyone. I hope you had a good trip, Chelsea. I did. And she is eating turkey burgers tonight. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Hello now featuring nails. I did have a good trip. It was a lot of driving. Our Thursday drive to Tulsa did great. We got in, we had dinner. It was awesome. Our Friday drive to San Antonio was supposed to be 8 hours. And then because of construction or whatever, when we left the hotel, it said 9. It ended up being 11 because of traffic and construction, and we ended up on this crazy back road for hours and hours, and yeah, it was a long drive. And then the drive to Dallas was pretty good, and then last night was a 10-hour drive, but like that's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be 9.5, and then with stops it ended up being 10 hours. And it was pretty uneventful for most of the drive. It was just long, and when we got home, I was ready to be home. So next up, we have our Glisten Glow offering. Also, I just realized I didn't turn on my overhead light. So, hey, Kev. He just got home, but now I don't think he's in the living room, but I'm being lazy. And of course, I have a remote for it, but the switch is turned off. So, hello, Frida. Zach says this would look lovely with a ring magnet. Ooh, the Lynb. Yeah, I bet it would. I was going to show that, but my ring magnet is stuck to my, whatever that thing is called. The method, the glass bead method. It's on my magnet for that, and it's a pain to get off. But I bet it would look cool. You're right, Zach. Hello, Books, Coffees, and Corgi. I love your name. Okay, back to Glisten Glows. We have Remember Two Things. This is from the Dave Matthews Band. It is a really pretty blue, purple-y. I see some green at the edge, but that could just be the bottle. And then this also says is a magnetic. So let's see what happens. Ooh, okay. So I feel like I see some flakies now that I didn't see before. Yeah, okay, there's definitely a smattering of flakies in there. It's got a deepened purpley base, and then it's got a blue and aqua magnet there. Again, really pretty. Excited to see this one out of the bottle because I feel like it's hard to see that color. Also, let me turn on that overhead because I just realized it's probably messing with the color right here. Okay. That might be a little bit better. I don't know how I missed that. To be fair, it is still daylight out, which I'm not used to at this point. And I have my blinds open, so it felt very bright in here already. But okay, so there is the color on that one a little bit better since we're not as dark now. But yep, totally forgot to turn that light on. That's a thing. Very pretty. Very excited to see that one on an actual swatch stick. Next. Oh, we have Glisten Glow's Glitter Grabber. They're going to have that available this month as well. So fantastic, fantastic. If you haven't used this yet, you use this as your first coat on top of glitters, flakies, reflectives, anything with some texture. Apply a coat of this, let it dry, and then follow it up with your favorite top coat or Glisten Glow top coat if you have it. And it gives you a really, really nice, smooth, luscious glass-like finish. Of course, you can use this on any polish before top coat too. It doesn't have to be textured, and you're going to get a very, very glossy, lush finish. But it is designed specifically to help smooth out any of your reflectives or your really chunky flakies and things like that that leave a texture. It's fantastic. It is one of my favorite glitter smoothers. And then we have Glisten Glow's. Oh my gosh. Every time. Let me grab the scissors. We're not fighting with this. We have Glisten Glow's Cuticle Oil and Remover Duo. There we go. Every month they have these, and we change the scent on the oil. The remover is unscented. The oil is scented in coconut lime this time. If you've never used these either, they are fantastic. I love Glisten Glow's brush tip for her cuticle remover. You literally just get this all twisted up so that your stuff is coming out, and then you apply it to the nail cuticle area, let it set for 60 seconds, push it back with your favorite cuticle tool very gently, y'all. Scrape off the excess again very gently, and then wash with soap and water, and then follow it up with oil to re-moisturize. And it gets in there, it gets all the yucky dead skin that gathers up at your cuticle line off. It's very easy. It's not rough on your hands at all. Fantastic stuff. And then of course we have their oil, which like I said, is in the coconut lime scent. We're going to smell it together. Jen says, I have ripped so many cuticle remover labels, pulling them out of the wrapper. Yes. I've given up pulling them off of these, and we use scissors. All right. Coconut lime. Now you can see the bubble here, and the goal is just to twist up until that bubble is up in it. It takes a while to get it prepped. I always like get overzealous and then shoot it out. Okay, so the bubble's gone, and there's this little teeny tiny tube in here that you can literally watch the oil get pushed up into. Okay, we've reached the surface. Now we want it to come out of the brush slowly. You get too overzealous with this thing, it will shoot across the room. All right, I don't know if y'all can see that, but there is a drip of oil on our brush here. So I'm going to throw it on. I am going to do both hands because it's the only thing we have to smell tonight. And y'all, my cuticles are a little bit dry today. So we're going to oil it up. Ooh, I can already smell it. It feels very fresh. Make sure also, y'all, a little tip to get up underneath your nail line too. You want everything to be nice and hydrated. Really, really good. All right, I'm gonna rub it in, and then we're gonna smell it, because a lot of times the scent is different with your body chemistry than just straight out of the tube. Hello, Tammy. She says, how was the wedding? It was great. It was a really good time. It was very nice, very pretty. It was hot. We were in, like formal dresses and suits and such outside in the 85-degree Texas weather. But it was really lovely. It was like a golf course. There were longhorns on the premises, so we got to see those. There were deer running everywhere. And then the wedding was it was really nice. My cousin looked fantastic, and his bride looked fantastic. I was very excited to meet her and welcome her into the family. So it was cool that we got to go down and do that. Hello, Black Vile Nails. Did I say that right? I probably didn't. I'm so sorry. Tammy, I have no idea what you're doing. Instagram actually notified me. Oh, wow. Instagram did its job. I am showing off Polish Pickup April items here. And right now we are smelling Jen's cuticle oil, which if you're just coming in and you just watch me smell my hands, you probably think I'm weird, or maybe we did like a superstar moment. If you get that reference, we are now BFFs. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hello, Jen Nelson. Welcome, welcome. Jen Nelson. I did that last time too. Welcome in. Tammy says, dang thumb. That's okay. All right, so coconut lime, y'all, is the name of this, and it is coconut lime. Like it is straight up fruity and fresh. You get the zesty lime, and you get a little hint of coconut. It's not like sunscreen coconut. It's just a little bit of coconut with a bit of lime. It's very nice. It is very fruity, very bright. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like most people would like this. It doesn't feel overly strong, so I'm not sure. Like, if you have a sensitivity, I feel like this might be okay. I can't 100% say that because I don't have a sensitive nose or scent sensitivity. I like it, though. It's very fresh. It's kind of calming almost. It, again, fits the summer, spring vibe. It's getting us ready for all that. So I like it. We will read the full description here because Jill either makes it super creative or she just says coconut and lime. So let's see what we did this time. So our cuticle remover and oil duo, by the way, it only comes as the duo, is $12.50. There's no cap on this. And again, the remover is unscented. The coconut lime scent is a blend of fresh lime, bergamot, mandarin, coconut, and vanilla with bottom notes of sandalwood and musk. Y'all, maybe I smell some mandarin. I smell lime. I smell coconut. And the mandarin might be in there with the very fresh zingy that's happening. Hello, Meg4535. Welcome in. Yeah. I don't know where the bergamot and the sandalwood and musket. I don't know. Don't let the scent description scare you away from this one. If you like coconut and you like lime, you're down for this one. Jen says, I don't like coconut, and I still like this scent. See? It's a good scent, y'all. Hello, Nails by Letitia. Letitia, we did this last time. It's Letitia. It's Letitia. Hello, Jill. It's okay. We just got done smelling your coconut lime cuticle oil. And we just read the description, girl. I don't know where this bergamot is, the sandalwood, I don't get it. I don't get the vanilla. I get coconut. I get lime. Maybe the mandarin because it's a zingy citrus. I would have just guessed it was the lime. So we are coconut and we are lime. Crystal says, now have you put the lime and the coconut in my head? Well, that is probably part of it, Crystal, because PPU's theme this month is albums. So yeah, I bet that's where it is. So, we did just, okay, we have one more thing to open. One more. We have Cupcake Polish to open. And what is Cupcake Polish's? Ooh, she's pretty. This is Pieces of You. And it is a really pretty baby blue with a bright blue shimmer in there. Yeah, I feel like something is under my nail. It's bugging me. Okay, sorry. Really pretty shimmer. Very glowy. Yes, okay, that's so pretty. I do have full descriptions and all that for y'all. I feel like there's like a dog hair or something under my nail. It is driving me nuts. Jill says, yes, my Betsy is Cupcake. Yes. Oh, and Jill also says lime and the coconut is her inspiration for the coconut lime scent. It's what the manufacturer said. I think it smells like coconut lime only also. Okay, good. So, again, don't let the description of that one scare you off. If you don't like sandalwood bergamot, honestly, if I was reading a scent description, I'd be like, nope, I'm not buying that one. Musk, if you say musk is in something, y'all, I'm out. I'm sorry. I don't play with musk. It's not my favorite. But I smell no musk in that. No musk, no fuss. Sorry, that's where my brain went. Hello, Blue Minx. Welcome. So yes, that is very coconut, very limey. If you like coconut and lime, you will like that scent for sure. Hello, Nudes Nails. Welcome. So that's the unboxing. I don't think I gave y'all a price on the glitter grabber. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome everyone tonight. I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. It's Wednesday. You're halfway through. Hope you had a wonderful week last week. Again, I haven't been on here in a week. So, if you did anything fun over the weekend or the beginning of this week or anything, let me know. Let's chat here, comments, replay, whatever you want to do. I feel like I've been gone forever. Like a week's a long time for me to not be on here, y'all. So like, I want to know what you did. What happened? Hello, the monogamors. Oh, good Lord. What is our government name? I'm going to butcher that. Marta. Hello, Marta. Okay, so Glisten Glow, as I pulled out earlier, y'all, their glitter grabber will be available. It's $10.50 with no cap. So just so you know about that one as well. And yeah, I think we're going to get into swatching some stuff. Jill said, I'm so happy you're home. I'm happy I'm home. We had a lovely trip. It was a lot of driving, and I did miss my puppies. We did have a good time though. Like, I'm glad that we got to go and we got to have a vacation. We haven't had an actual vacation since our honeymoon 8 years ago. Like, we've done business trips, but we've not had just like a straight up vacation with no work. So it was very nice. But I am happy to be home and in my own bed and snuggling my puppies. So it was a great time though. Laura said, just busy ripping my house apart. Oh yay, just casually ripping your house apart. Laura, what projects are you working on right now? Crystal said, celebrating my 25th anniversary yesterday. Congratulations, Crystal. Sunday was me and Kevin's 11-year dating anniversary. So we got to celebrate that while we were in Texas. Excuse me. Jen says, it's my weekend starting by sipping on some cookies and cream Baileys. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Not even a sip and swatch, but you're sipping and swatching. Also, any swatch night live could be a sip and swatch. So you enjoy you some Baileys, girl. Letitia, y'all. I said it right the first time. I swear it's going to stick one of these days, Letitia. Letitia said, I just grabbed 2 glitter grabber. The glitter grabber's fantastic, y'all. Fantastic. Jen said, Crystal, congratulations. Crystal said, thank you. Lots of congratulations. Two Dimples said, I have to be good this month because I went absolutely ham in PPU and HHC in March. But G&G has become my favorite brand and must have for each month. It's fantastic stuff for sure. Thank you, Crystal. She says, congrats. We have an all happy anniversary. You guys are so sweet. I love this chat. I really do. Jen said, I'm also swatching, so it really is a sip and swatch. There you go. Laura, new baseboards in the kitchen and new floors on the upper level. Very exciting. That is very exciting, Laura, and a lot of work. So kudos. Jill says, thank you for ordering the glitter grabber. Yes, y'all. Okay. Let's get into swatches because I know that's what y'all are here for. I know we have Carolina and Jill in here. So we're gonna do those. I think we're gonna do Carolina's first because it's a thermal. So let's get it, and then we'll get into Jill's magnetics, so then we can set up for our magnetics at the same time. Cool. With this being a multi-brand live, I am gonna try and do it per brand. I know usually when we do my lives, we do everything in 1 coat and then go back and do 2 coats, 3 if necessary, For multi-brand lives, I try to do it per brand, so that way if a brand is watching, they can go back to their lives and what they're doing. But also that way for anyone who's watching, if they want to make their shopping list, we can have like each brand be finished so they can screenshot and all that stuff. So that's what we're going to do. Jill says, I love my polish for this month. So far, it's really pretty in the bottle. I'm excited to see it out of the bottle, Jill. And Laura says, I'm already tired. Yeah, it adds a lot of work. I would never do my whole house again. I would do a room. I would help someone else do it. But if I needed a large space or the whole house, we would pay someone. It is so much work. So much work. Okay. Flipping y'all around, I feel like I'm missing, like I'm forgetting to do something. It's been a week, y'all, and I feel like I just don't even know how to do this anymore. I'm going to flip you around, and if I miss something, I'll flip you back. All right, flipping around and scooching you down. All right, first things first, here is tonight's info sheet. There we go, get rid of that glare. So anyone who wants to screenshot all the info I'm telling you tonight. So we have all the brands and their polishes, as well as the caps and pricing for all of their items, except for, as I said, Rivets. I don't have pricing cap information for them just yet. I will have it on my post. The sale dates are the 3rd through the 6th. Wish listing starts March 29th. I believe it's Sunday, the week before. And then of course, everything's at polishpickup.com. So there's a screenshot for anybody who wants to screenshot our information. All right. And as I said, we're going to start with Colors to Carol's because she has the thermal. And this way we can then, dip it in the water and get that out of the way too. And I know that Carolina is watching. So we're going to do hers being a thermal on its own swatch stick. I do need to zoom y'all in because we know Instagram doesn't work unless we're super zoomed anymore. It won't focus. Jen said, Jill, I keep saying wow as I was swatching this one. So shifty and special. And Jill says, Jen, yes, it looks so amazing on you. I'm excited. All right. As I said, we're going to start with Glisten Glow. Theirs is Sink or Swim. It is a thermal. Also, I love the details on the sticker of it being that like pool finish. I should turn on my filter. Awesome. Sink or Swim is a thermal shade that goes from dark blue and cold to cyan when warm with iridescent shifting flakes. It's going to be $13.75, and the cap is still to be announced. So we don't have a cap yet, but there will be a cap on this one. Jen says, I love a good magnetic. Jill says, amen. All right, so let's do this. Isn't it a pretty label? Jill says it's a pretty label. Also, again, y'all spot the new label with the new logo for Colors to Carol. I love this. It's so cute. And she has the new boxes too. Jen says the base shade of the CDC is yes emojis. Carolina says, thank you, Jill. Okay, so as I said, this one is a thermal. So we're going to do it on our clear swatch stick. We're going to do 2 coats, and then we will dip it. Now we are on a clear stick, which is going to have a small effect on the opacity. So let's do first coat here. We'll let it dry for half a second while we're looking at it, and then we will do the second coat. Again, typically, y'all, you're gonna let stuff dry faster than we are tonight, but for the sake of the video, we're going back to back. Okay, first thing I wanna note is that the smell that accompanies some blue polishes is here. I call it skunk smell. Some people call it sulfur, but it's just a slightly stronger, different smell to polish. It has something to do with the pigment. This one does have that scent, so just keep that in mind. It's not like crazy, crazy strong, but I did notice it, and I like to note that when it's there, especially for those who do have a scent sensitivity. Jill says, super cute. Jen sent heart and a blue heart. So here is our first coat. You can see it's a little on the thinner side. Oh, putting it over this blue polish is probably not going to do us any good. I'm going to put it, that's still blue, isn't it? You can see the opacity level. You can see that we're not opaque in one. Ooh, also very quickly, my left hand is Sassy Sauce polish, No More Ice Holes. This is a charity polish releasing on the 20th of this month, and 50% of all sales of No More Ice Holes will be donated to immigrationjustice.us. It's beautiful. I did 3 coats on its own and then 1 coat over black, so you can see that shifty. It is matted. And then my right hand, I will put all this in the descriptions, y'all, is also a Sassy Sauce. It is Royal Ruckus, also comes out on the 20th on Sassy Sauce's website. So there is what I'm wearing. Again, I'll put that in descriptions. And then now we're going back to our Colors to Carol. This is our first coat. You can see those beautiful flakies. They shift every color. Also, my green pen exploded on me again, y'all. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm going to have to stop using it, which, if you know, makes me so sad because green is my favorite. All right, let's do a second coat of this Colors to Carol here. Again, if you were doing this at home, you would wait. Oh, it's a very pretty, juicy blue. It is like almost cobalt blue. Again, the official description is a thermal shade that goes from dark blue when cold to cyan when warm with iridescent shifting flakies. It's $13.75 with a cap to be determined still. As far as opacity goes, I think it's decent into, it's kind of got a jelly-esque vibe to it. So if you have a very strong visible nail line or use clear extensions or something, you may want 3 coats. I think for me and my shorter nails, they're not shorties anymore, y'all. I'm so excited, except for the Trader Thumb, but we don't talk about her. I feel like it will be opaque on me, and 2, I also don't have a strong visible nail line. So for me, I think it'll be good in 2. You may want 3. You have those beautiful, beautiful flakies, of course, shifting in there. Let me give you a label shot of it in its cool state, and then we will grab our hot water off of my mug warmer and we will dip it. Carolina sent some kissy faces, and Letitia said nice. So here is your cold state in 2 coats. Again, this is Colors to Carol's Sink or Swim. And then I'm going to grab the water. Let's see if I can get it and not make a mess on our background. I usually do thermals last, but I know Carolina is in here and I want her to be able to get back to her evening. I'm actually going to I don't usually scoot y'all, but I'm going to scoot you so you can see the water better, and then I don't have to put water on our little post-it there. All right, so I have it in its cool state, 2 coats. We're going to dip it into hot water here. It is very hot water. Ooh, did you guys see that instant? Yes, look at that. All right, so the lighter blue is definitely more transparent. I'm not even sure it would be fully opaque in 3, honestly. It kind of gives that jelly vibe, but it does give me, I'm going to do a little bit more of a dip here, make sure it doesn't cool off on us. It does make me think of water, like it is swimming. You have the clear transparency of the water. This is very, very fun. I love a high contrast, so having that really light blue to the dark blue is beautiful, and those flakies just show up even more. They're like a bright pastel against the light blue. A very fun polish, definitely fits the theme. Let me get that back dipped, and I will give you guys a transition label shot as well. So there's 2 coats of Colors to Carol's Sink or Swim. Beautiful. Jen said, wait, what's the official warm shade? I had to leave for a sec. The official warm shade is called Cyan. So I said light blue. I think, did Laura say sage green? Did you say clear? I don't remember anymore. I don't remember. But it was cyan. So Jen says, oh, I see. It's beautiful. Isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. So that is Colors to Carol's offering. Again, it is going to be $13.75. The cap is still to be determined, but it will have a cap. So if you like this one, definitely make sure you add it to your wish list when it opens on the 29th. And that's Colors to Carol's. I'm going to get the water back out of the way before I dump it everywhere. I already put my elbow in the swatch, but thankfully it was dry enough that I didn't ruin it. So yay. Jen said, I said white. So you were close, Jen. It's a very light blue, almost white. Jen said, Jill said, super pretty. Letitia sent some shocked emojis. Carolina said, thank you so much. And Jill said, you are so welcome. You guys are so sweet. I love this. I love this. Okay. Since Jill is here, let's go ahead and go into Jill's magnetic next. So I am going to get out my glamour gear here. If you've joined us for magnetic polishes before, you will understand this setup. This allows me to do it in both velvet and a bar magnet at the same time. We are also, again, going to be doing this on clear swatch sticks because it is just easier to do magnetics that way. Hello, Noel Malign. Oh my goodness, I butchered that, y'all. I butchered that. We are going Zoe. Welcome in, Zoe. I'm showing off some things coming to Polish Pickup in April for their album art themed cover albums, and we are just getting ready to roll into Glisten Glow's offering here. As I said earlier, y'all, they're going to have their glitter grabber available, which is, I believe, $10.50, and don't quote me yet. Yes, $10.50 with no cap for that. And then they're also going to have their cuticle remover and oil in the coconut lime, which is straight coconut lime, despite the description have a bunch of other things in it. If you like coconut lime, you're going to love this scent. It is $12.50 with no cap for the duo. You can only get this as a duo, y'all. So definitely keep that in mind. They're fantastic items. I use both their oil and their remover all the time. And now we're going to get into their polish. Hello, Ursulyn. Welcome, welcome. All right, so Glisten Glow's polish offering for April polish pickup, y'all, I cannot believe it's almost April already, is remember two things. This is described as a purple and green multi-dimensional magnetic polish that once magnetized reveals a glowy purple, teal, green, pink, blue pull and a red, pink, orange larger particle shimmer. It's inspired by the Dave Matthews Band album cover, Remember Two Things, from 1993. It was independently released by the band's own label, Bama Rags, and then released by RCA Records in 1997. Jill is a huge Dave Matthews Band fan, has been since 1993. So here it is, unmagnetized, but y'all know I will show you swatches of it unmagnetized. But let's throw our magnet on here. Yes, look at that instant movement. You can see all that beautiful, beautiful large particle shimmer in there. And then there is your stunning magnetic line, which if y'all didn't know, Jill got into magnets this last year. Magnetics. Maybe she likes magnets too. I don't know. She got into magnetics in the last year and she kills the magnetic game. Like, look at the line staying in the bottle. We never see that. The bubble always kills our line, but you can see that beautiful, beautiful shift. Stunning. Jill says Jen is a huge fan too. A huge fan, over 200 shows. And Jen's my 14th wedding anniversary is on March 30th. So excited, but yes, it means April is super close. Yes, April is super close. It's crazy. Also, congratulations, Jen. Letitia says, wow, it's beautiful either way, isn't it? And Jill says, I love magnetics. I'm so glad you do. All right, so again, we are going to do this in two swatches. We are going to do one with a bar magnet and one velvet. I'm going to zoom you in closer so y'all can actually see what's happening as we do this. Maria says it looks like a galaxy. It does. That beautiful shift, and then the shimmer, that large particle shimmer does look like stars in the background. It's gorgeous. Let's get it on our swatch stick so we can see what it looks like actually swatch. Also, can we note the opacity on this first coat, y'all? Like, stunning. Here it is unmagnetized really quick. Ooh. That shimmer is beautiful in there. And I'm going to throw it down on the line. Look at how instantly that did. I find Glisten Glow's magnetics to be super, super user-friendly too. So if you are new to magnetics, or you've been a little weary of magnetics, or maybe you've struggled in the past, I think Glisten Glows are fantastic to work with. Hello, Liz. Jill says, Jen, so exciting. If y'all don't know Jen's hubby, Travis, he's amazing in the male version of me. I love that, Jen. Or Jill. Goodness, I do this every time. Every time I have Jill and Jen in the chat, I switch y'all's names. You know who I'm talking to, both of you. Jill says, hey to Lizmos. Jen says, Mighty Forge. It does. The base shade behind the magnetic pigment was literally made of the night sky. Isn't it beautiful? Let's do our second swatch of it here so we can do it velvet as well. Again, y'all, the opacity on this is just crazy for a magnetic. It's so opaque. Here it is again, unmagnetized. And then I'm going to throw it down in our velvet zone. It's beautiful. Ooh, did y'all just watch that like move? Oh, okay. Normally let these sit longer, but again, this is for the sake of the video. Here is our first coat. Magnetized. Oh, I think I forgot to tell y'all that this is going to be $14 and there will be no cap. Jill says, I love opaque magnetics. Me too. Like, look at this, y'all. Look at this. It's going to get even better on the second, but you cannot see my nail through this at all. One coat. One coat. Letitia says, stunning with a drool face. It's fabulous. You can see the beautiful shimmer in the background and then all those colors in our magnetic there. You have the purple, you have the teal, you have the green, you have the pink and the blue. You can see them all. It really does look like the northern lights across a starry sky. It's beautiful, Jill. Gorgeous. All right, I'm going to go ahead and paint on the second coat and set it down, and then we'll look at the first coat of the velvet. All right. Again, really quick unmagnetized because it's stunning. And I'm going to throw that one back down. And then we're going to look at the first coat of our velvet. Jen says, that's beautiful, unmagnetized. Wow, isn't it? And then Ursuline, so beautiful. Great job, Jill. Jill says, thank you, everyone. Carolyn says, magnetic is stunning, Jill. I love it. Ooh, look at it, velvet, y'all. It's a totally different vibe. I still feel like because of the movement, it's a Northern Lights vibe. But then that flaky, or the, y'all, I keep wanting to call the large particle shimmer flakies because that's how large particle it is. It's beautiful. But this just has such a different vibe. Ooh, we got polish on my hand. It's an official live. And again, the opacity. One coat, y'all. One coat. Look at that. Hello, Christy. Welcome, welcome. Ursuline says, that's so cool. Wow, isn't it beautiful? Absolutely stunning. And again, that's the first coat. Let's go ahead and paint on our second coat. Laura says, I say this every time, but that in glass bead will be chef's kiss. Yes, it will. I will show it in glass bead. Y'all, I have been doing my magnetics. I leave my pinky unmagnetized so you can see how it is that way. Then I do a bar on my ring and middle nail. And then I've been doing the glass bead effect on my index and my thumb. So you'll see it all ways. Again, really quick unmagnetize. Then we're going to put that down in the velvet zone. All right, so one more time, the full description here for Glisten Glows. Remember two things. This is a purple and green multi-dimensional magnetic polish that once magnetized reveals a glowy purple, teal, green, pink, blue pull and a red, pink, orange larger particle shimmer. So this is our two coats. Again, very, very opaque. No questions. Christy says hi from Rivets. Jen says, Jill, I was telling Travis the other day that I cannot stand Dave Matthews Band, but your Dave Matthews polishes always kill it. Maria says, so beautiful on all versions, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Jen says, Laura, it is. It's beautiful in glass bead is what she says. So again, opacity, stunning. Look at that beautiful crisp line. It was not even down there for that long, y'all. So, so good. And then let's look at our velvet swatch. Here it is, two coats, velvet. I love velvet mayonnaise. I love how all that pigment just comes straight to the middle. You get all those colors. You see the green, the blue, the cyan, the purple, and then you have the gorgeous large shimmer in the background. Love it. Letitia, where did you get that for applying magnetic polishes? Are you talking about the Glamour Gear, my background here? Hello, Larindle13. Did I butcher that? Y'all, I butcher everyone's names. I'm so sorry. Do we have a government name? Laura, welcome in, Laura. We have a lot of Lauras and Jens in here tonight. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Letitia, if you're talking about this item here, this is a Glamour Gear from Victorian Varnish. It has bar magnets in each side here, so you can use it as a bar magnet. You can put your finger any way you want your line, and then it does a velvet down here, and you can also flip it over and use the other side. We have done again, because there's a magnet here, you could do this way too. So it's got a lot of versatility, and it's really just easy to set your hand on and do the magnet. And for me personally, for lives, it's so great that I can do velvet and a bar at the same time, and I can do multiple swatches at the same time. So it's great for me. Letitia, yes, the velvet is my favorite when it comes to cat eyes. I love velvet too. It's so good. Jill says, y'all, Jen got me a beautiful Dave Matthews Band print. It's hung in the shop. It's so special. I love it so much. Thanks, Jen. I love that. You guys are amazing. All right, let me get you guys a screenshot. Again, Glisten Glows, remember two things. $14 with no cap. And let's get both our swatches. Please don't stick together. Please don't stick together. Please don't stick together. Okay, here is your swatch sticks. We have 2 coats velvet on top, and then 2 coats bar magnet on the bottom. Hello, Sandy. Welcome in. Jill says, oh, that's so sweet, Jill and Jen. Letitia, okay, thanks. Yes, the Glamour Gears are fantastic. She comes out with new colors all the time. I need a green one. I hope she does it soon. I have 4 of the colors. Technically, I guess I have a green and red, but it's not the same. I want all green. Beautiful, beautiful. Again, remember the glitter grabber is going to be available for $10.50 with no cap, as well as Glisten and Glow's remover and oil duo for $12.50 with no cap in that scent coconut lime, which y'all, I can still smell this just from moving my hands, and it smells so, so, so good. So that is our Glisten and Glow offerings for the evening. And because I have my Glamour Gear out, I'm going to go ahead and do our Lynb's next because it is our second magnetic. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like touching things and I'm not ready to be touching things, but we're doing it anyways, right? Okay. Lynb's, Sandy says hi. So next we're going into Lynb Designs. This is, they disguise it, hypnotize it. And it is a red base with blue to purple to red magnetic pull, inspired by System of a Down's Hypnotize album. This one's going to be $13.50 with no cap. This is so pretty already on its own. Jill says, Jen, aw, I love you, mama. Is it this, you know? This, you know. I know what you mean, Jill. I got you. Crystal, beautiful. I'm slow cooking, laminating bookmarks, etc. LOL. Well, I'm glad that I can be your background noise while you get stuff done, Crystal. All right, so here it is magnetized. Of course, we know it's always a pain in the butt. System of a Down, need, Jen says. But this you already know, Jill corrected. Yes. All right. Ooh. Nope. The bottle hates us, y'all. It's not gonna stay in the bottle. Ooh, maybe a little bit. All right, let's get it out of the bottle. All right. Ooh, that was loud. I'm sorry. Again, this is Lynb's. They disguise it, hypnotize it. And again, it is a magnetic, so we're going to do this on clear swatch sticks. That's going to have an effect on our opacity. Y'all know the drill. We're going to do a bar magnet as well as a velvet. I'm going to zoom you back in so, again, you can see the magnet. And let's do our first coat of Lynb's here. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't know if that color is coming up as bright, there you go, as it is in real life. Here it is unmagnetized. And we're going to throw that down on our bar magnet here. And we're going to do our second one for velvet. Crystal says, yes, the company is nice. Well, I'm very glad. I am the same way. I have to have some sort of noise. There needs to be a TV on or music or something. I need noise while I'm doing stuff or I go absolutely crazy. Again, here it is unmagnetized very quickly. Then we're going to set that down in our velvet zone. Okay, I do feel like this has almost a jelly-like consistency. It was a little bit thin on the first coat. I also don't know if I played with it for too long or if it just doesn't have a strong pull on the first coat, y'all, because I won't pretend. I do not see a line at all. Red base with blue to purple to red magnetic pull. So I didn't see the bar at all on the first coat. Just says OMG. I think it's beautiful unmagnetized, y'all. I really do. Opacity wise, I definitely need a second coat. It is a little thin on the first one. Laura says, Crystal, I feel the same way. Love watching while I do projects. Jill says, I'm doing laundry and any day with Chelsea is amazing. Ah, you guys are so sweet. Yeah, I don't see the pull. So let's do our second coat. I'm going to put it back on the line. Maybe it'll do better on the second coat. Maybe I just played too long and it dried. I know it's warmer in here today, but this is the first time I've not had a Lynb magnetic work instantly. So I'm going to blame that on me. All right, real quick. Ooh, okay. She's gorgeous unmagnetized for sure. All right. I see the line now. So I think it was a me problem. Either I played with it too long or maybe it just really needs that second coat. So I'm going to let that set while we look at our velvet. Velvet, I usually don't find I see that much on the first coat anyways. Okay, I feel like I see it more on the first coat, but maybe because it's on the clear stick and so thin that it's not, I think, can y'all see that? I hope you can see it. I feel like I can see it a little bit, but not as much as I want to see it. So, but velvet tends to not show up that much on the first anyways. Okay, there. I feel like we could see a little bit. I feel like we see a little bit. Crystal, it makes it go faster, doesn't it, Laura? Dude, having any kind of background makes it go faster when you're working on stuff for sure. All right, let's do our second coat of velvet because I really think it's going to show way better on that second coat if the second coat of our bar magnet has any indication. All right, we're going to put that down. Now we're going to look at that first coat because I definitely think we had way better luck on the second coat. And I think it's just because it was juicier. Yes, there we go. Okay, this base, I'm going to call this wine. It looks like a very pretty red wine base. I feel like on me and my shorter nails, 2 coats is going to be good. I think some might want 3. It does give me slightly jelly vibes. It's very juicy looking though. And then you can see that beautiful purple, blue, red magnetic line. You can see it way better on that second coat. It's very pretty. It's a little bit vampier than my typical liking, honestly, but it is really pretty. And if you're into that like juicy red wine kind of look, I think you're going to like this one. I do think a lot of magnetic lovers are going to love this because the magnet kind of glows off of that deeper base. It's very, very pretty. Let's check out our velvet. Yes, I think you can see the velvet better. I do think I prefer this one as the bar though, because I feel like you get the dimension. That's not the word I want. I think you get the contrast. Sure, we're going with that. Of the magnetic more. That line shows the color difference against the background more than the velvet does. I do think the glass bead will show up more because it'll pull all that magnetic pigment to the center. It's really pretty. It's a very lovely shade. I do think velvet tends to be more opaque too because again, all that magnetic pigment comes to the front. It's very pretty. I do think a lot of people are going to love this one. It's just a little bit darker than what I personally prefer. That's the fun of polish though. There is something for everyone out there. That purple and blue magnetic is so shifty on top of that deep and red base though. Jill says, same, I need noise machine or something to sleep. I actually cannot have noise when I sleep. Kevin snores, which is why we have a sleep number so I can make him stop. And then recently, because everything's been so dry with our furnace on here, we've had humidifier going in the bedroom and that sound drives me insane. Yeah, I need total quiet and darkness when I sleep. But when I'm working, I can't concentrate without noise. Jill says pretty. It is very pretty. Crystal says beautiful. It's a very pretty polish for sure. And I'm glad that magnetic came through on the second coat because I was like, I don't know if I did something wrong here. But all right, let's get you guys a label shot. Jill says, yes, humidifier I use too. Yeah, it's just been extra dry with the furnace, and it's also like our first full winter here. Kev's actually had some nosebleeds, so that's why we've started doing it. But yeah, it's a little loud for my sleeping habits. All right, here is Lynb Designs. They disguise it, hypnotize it. I'm trying to get you guys a good shot here. You have your 2 coats velvet on top, your 2 coats bar magnet on the bottom. Again, this one is going to be $13.50 with no cap. Jill says, my hair is all static if I don't have the humidifier on. We just run a small one. We actually bought it when the dogs got kennel cough a couple years ago. Jill says, mine is quiet, thank God. Ours isn't, it's not bad, but because it's the only sound at night, like, you can hear it for sure. Okay, so that was Lynb's. Beautiful. And then that's our last magnet. So I'm going to get my Glamour gear out of the way. And we're going to go into Rivets because I know Christy is here. And I told y'all earlier I didn't have a description, but I believe Christy just sent it to me. So we will have a description for it as soon as I get my phone unlocked. All right. Moving this, y'all, my brain, I'm all over the place. Okay, now we are getting into our regular swatches. So we are going to do our swatch wheel. We have a new swatch wheel tonight because there was only 2 empty spaces on the old one. I'm going to zoom y'all out just a little bit here. And we're going to get into Rivets. So we have Rivets Threat Level Orange, and I think y'all can see that label better. Hello. Oh, I butchered your name last time too. Government name, Janet or Jeanette? I think I did that last time too. I think we discussed it was Janet, right? Welcome in. All right. We have Ribbit Stickits Threat Level Orange. This one's going to be $13.50 with a cap of $250 available, y'all. Its description is bright orange curly base with green to blue to copper shifting flakes, red to orange to yellow microflakes, and a touch of yellow to green multichrome for a little depth. It's inspired by the Threat Level Orange by Earth to Eve. Oh, and she also sent it in the chat. So if anybody wants to screenshot the description and cap and pricing and everything, she just sent that in our chat here. Again, that doesn't help if you're watching the replay. That's also why we narrate everything. So it's literally what I just read off to y'all. It's very pretty. You can definitely see those gorgeous flakies in there. Let's get a coat of Threat Level Orange on our swatch wheel here. Laura says, Ribbits, I was telling Chelsea this info is great. My daughter and I love this song. Nails by Letitia said, that is gorgeous. Jill says, super cute. Okay, y'all, I have to super zoom because Instagram just doesn't want to focus anymore. It's really starting to aggravate me if I'm being honest. All right, first coat. Now we are on a opaque swatch wheel, which may have a little bit effect on the opacity, but not much. Definitely needs a second coat. Ooh, also, y'all, I noted the Colors to Carol Blue polish had that that funky pigment smell. And this is, I think, the first time I've ever had an orange that has that smell too. Again, I call it a little skunky. I've heard some people call it sulfur. It's just something in the pigment that does that. It dissipates fairly quickly. Once it's dry, you won't smell it at all. But again, I do like to note when I smell it. Look at those beautiful shimmery flakies in there. This, again, has a blue to copper shifting flakes, red to orange to yellow microflakes, and a touch of yellow to green multi-chrome. Very pretty. Yeah, definitely needs a second coat for sure. But that's what we're going to do. So let's do our second coat. Jill says, I see, I love the smell of ultramarine and iron blue pigments. Okay, is that what the smell is, Jill? Christy said it's most likely going to be a 3-coater for some, and that's totally cool. We can do a 3 coats as well. I'll do a comparative. We'll do 3 coats on the tip so that way y'all can see the difference. Hello, Maria J. Manny's. Welcome. Jill says, but this is why I love the smell of gas. See, I like the smell of gas as in petrol, y'all, as well. I'm a big fan of that smell. I know that we shouldn't, but yeah, no, I like the smell of gasoline as well. And again, this just, I don't know, it just smells a little bit skunky to me. Not like stank weed skunky though. Y'all, everybody know what I'm talking about when someone near you has that really cheap, bad weed they got from like the kid 6 houses down, and smells like a literal skunk. Like you have to question, is there a skunk? Like it's not that kind of skunky. It's just a little bit of a skunky. Also, if you don't live in a rural area and you've never smelled a skunk, then you may not know what I'm talking about. But to me, it's got just a little skunk smell, just a little bit. Y'all, these flakies are beautiful in here. Opacity wise, again, not bad in 2. Rivets does say you may need 3 depending on, you know, your preference and all that. So let's do a third on the tip so we can see the difference between 2 and 3. I do tend waffles. Cool it. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what he's barking at. I do tend to personally do 2 coats because I'm lazy and impatient, but also for swatching so that way you can see what it looks like in 2 and then make that decision on if you want 3. I will let you know when I do my swatches, what I do. Okay, here it is with 3. You can definitely see the difference there at that line. You have 2 at the top and 3 at the bottom. Opacity wise, definitely better in 3. So a lot of my 3 coaters in here are definitely gonna want 3 coats. If you have a strong visible nail line or clear extensions. For me and my slightly shorty nails, which y'all, I am very happy to have some length, but I actually think I'm going to shorten them a tad more. Like I'm glad to finally have some length. And I think the last week having completely off from swatching and such, and I didn't even use a peel off base coat. Y'all, I wore the same mani for the last 7 days on, well, different hands, you know what I mean? But I didn't redo my nails for 7 days. And I think that did allow them to have some more growth and just a break. But I think I'm going to shorten them a little bit. Not a ton, but I want to shorten a little bit. And then maybe the trader here can catch up. So, all right. Here's our Rivets in 2 and 3. Again, that description for this one is, this is threat level orange. It is a bright orange curly base with green to blue to copper shifting flakies, and red to orange to yellow microflakes, and a touch of yellow to green multichrome for a little depth. This one is inspired by the threat level orange by Earth to Eve. It's $13.50 with a cap of $250 available. It's a very pretty orange shade. Again, your difference in 3 and 2 coats here at the tip. You've got 2 and then 3. 3 really adds a lot of depth to that shimmer and flakes too. Usually I'm a 2 coat fan, but I feel like this one just gets way more movement in 3 coats as well. Of course, again, with polish, y'all, it's not that serious. You do what you want to do with it. Jen says, I know all about that skunky stinkweed. Yes. Crystal, it keeps buffering. Gonna try again. Oh, I'm so sorry, Crystal. 2 Dimples, which I totally read your name earlier and I forget. It's Maria, right? We have all the Marias tonight, don't we? Mandy. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mandy. Okay, I will try for that to stick. No guarantees with the ADD, but I try my best every time to remember y'all's names. Mandy says, this color is beautiful. I'm so cool tone, but I love oranges and coral so much, even though they don't look the best on me. See, I think that this is very like, I don't know. This is such a different orange. It leans almost pink, almost rusty. Like, it's such a pretty orange. I don't know. I kind of feel like this would look good on a lot of different tones, but again, everyone wears what they like and what they feel comfortable in. So, Maria J says, when I saw you were doing PPU, I thought already it feels PPU just happened. Right? Now, let me give you a label shot really quick. This is Rivets Threat Level Orange. You have your 2 coats on the base to mid, and then mid to tip is 3, for those who want a screenshot. So, Maria, PPU did end, it's been what, 2 weeks? Yes. But because of due dates for swatchers, we do have to show this off a little bit early because I don't look at my polishes that I receive until we do a live. So I do full unboxings, first impression, and then I swatch these. So I do my stuff just a tiny bit earlier than a lot of swatchers do, but with due dates, which my due date for these, y'all, is like 2 days from now, so not super early opening, but because these are due earlier than when the shop actually opens, it does feel like it's very soon. But also we did just have the sneak peek posted in the polish pickup group. So if you want to go see sneak peeks of other brands, I only have 8 here to show y'all tonight. There are tons of other amazing brands that are going to be available. Sneak peeks are up on the polish pickup Facebook group. And then of course there are so many other wonderful swatchers who will be showing things off. Like, well, I was going to say the Polish Mage, but I know she is on a hiatus right now. You have Latanya, Lacquers to Lashes. She will be showing stuff off. And Jackie will have stuff. and Hey Mercedes will do a video. So you have tons of other swatchers who will have way more offerings to show you as well. So definitely join the groups and follow other people. Letitia says, I'm going to say goodnight, everyone. Good night. I hope you come back for the replay here or on YouTube to see our other two beautiful polishes, which then segues into our next polish. So again, that was Ribbit Stickits. We just did that one, and pricing again was $13.50, cap of $2.50. And I'm just going to grab Sassy because it's the closest one to me, y'all. Sassy's Sauce Polishes. I Licked the Sun. This one is a blistering... You are so welcome, Christy. The I Licked the Sun is a blistering, no apologies neon that lives somewhere between stop sign and scandal. It's glossy like it just signed an NDA and refuses to elaborate. There's a hot coral undercurrent that makes it glow like it's plotting something fabulous. This is not cute neon. This is text him back in 3 to 5 business days neon. This is I don't compete, I dominate neon. I love that description. I feel like Sassy Sauce's descriptions have gotten very sassy lately, and I love that from Carrie. This one's going to be $14 with a cap of 500 of these available. Leticia says, I will. All right. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Crystal says, bye, Leticia. All right. This is beautiful, y'all. And it is so, so bright. It's really even brighter, y'all. The camera is picking up, I'd say 70, 80, let's say 80% of the neon, like 80%. This is bright. If you are feeling the winter blues, this is the polish to get you out of them, y'all. It is stunning. Let's get it on our swatch wheel here. Ooh, she was tight too. All right, we got it open. Y'all, this is so bright. Also, y'all, Sassy does bright pinks. Bright pinks. Absolutely kills them. I know LT talks about Barb all the time. Barb is one of my first Sassies I bought at PBE, and I'm still obsessed with it. And y'all, look at that. That's a 1-coat neon. Now, the slightly white opaque swatch wheel is probably having a teeny tiny bit of effect on that neon glow, but I really don't think it's doing much to change it. And look at how gorgeous that is. Opacity in 1 coat is not bad. I have no doubts that 2 will be perfect. Y'all, this is absolutely stunning. It is so bright. I do think the camera is getting closer to the color. I would still say we're only about 90%. It is still brighter in person. Still brighter. Jen said toe polish for real. Crystal says love the neon. Yes, Jen, it is. It is bright, bright, bright. Perfect for those of us who do bright colors on the toes, me included. Anytime I see a hot pink, I'm like, toes. I want that on my toes. So, so good. Let's do our second coat here. It's stunning. Yes. Y'all, I'm obsessed with this. Absolutely obsessed. Opacity, yeah, 2 coats. I'm a 2-coater. My chronic 3-coaters like Laura here, you may want 3 coats, and that's all good. For me, it's a 2 for me, and it's gorgeous. Laura Weber sent so many pink hearts because it's stunning. Maria says, wowza. Absolutely a beautiful. So good. Again, this is a neon pink. It has a hot coral undercoat. She doesn't even mention the flakies, y'all, but we definitely have some golden flakies in here. Okay, I'm going to read this description one more time just so we have all the full details here. A blistering, no apologies neon that lives somewhere between stop sign and scandal. It's glossy like it just signed an NDA and refuses to elaborate. There's a hot coral undercoat that makes it glow like it's plotting something fabulous. This is not cute neon. This is text him back in 3 to 5 business days neon. This is I don't compete, I dominate neon. And it is going to be $14, the cap of 500 of them. And it does have these beautiful like golden shifty flakies in there too. Again, it wasn't mentioned in the description, but they are there and they are stunning. Totally happy with that in 2 coats. Absolutely beautiful. Y'all, I swear my camera still can't pick up how bright that is. I would say we're at 90% brightness there. Like, it is so, so bright. Again, this is Sassy Sauce Polish. 2 coats of I Licked the Sun. Also, does anyone know what that references? I know we're doing album art here, so it's got to be some sort of band or song or something. I have never heard of this. I love it, though. I think it's hilarious. It is so bright and very slippery, apparently. But here's your screenshot. Sassy Sauce Polish, I Licked the Sun, 2 coats. It's so, so good. And then we have one more polish to do tonight. We have Cupcake Polish, Pieces of You. And this one is a viral, y'all, I cannot read. I wrote this down myself. I didn't print it, so it's my own fault. It's my bad handwriting. It's a very light blue crelly with aqua blue shimmer. This is going to be $13.50. I do not have a cap for y'all. I don't think I have the inspo either because I felt like I wrote everything down, not double checking. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't write it down. Inspired by Pieces of You, Jewel's debut studio album, and one of Sarah from Cupcake Polish's favorite albums of all time. So it's a beautiful, beautiful glowy blue here. Again, $13.50. I don't have a cap for y'all. It doesn't mean there isn't one. I just don't have that information. So please don't think that that is zero. I just don't have it. This is so pretty. Again, Pieces of You from Cupcake Polish. Let's get it on our swatch wheel here. I do feel like this light powdery blue is going to need at least 2 coats. But let's find out together. Ooh, I just also realized that we're on this opaque swatch wheel, which definitely is going to play with the opacity here. All right, this is our first coat. I feel like we need to pop a peely for this one. All right, hold please. Can we do it? It's been a while since I popped a peely on live here, y'all. These are fresh ones too. Maybe. Hold on. I need a cuticle pusher. But I feel like this needs to... I don't know why I chose the short thumb. We shouldn't give her any presents, but I did. So that's a thing. All right. Again, as usual with doing a live nail swatch and popping a peely, we're going to ignore the leftover polish, the non-cleanup. Jen says, hold please. Yes, hold please. All right. So we're ignoring the mess that was pre-left, but that's what happens, y'all. So let's get it. I'm going to do it. We're going to do it on a natural nail too, because I feel like this shimmer is just not going to come through on that swatch wheel. I don't know if I'm even in frame, y'all. I just went for it. Usually I do this through the camera. I didn't this time. Okay. Here is one coat. Very pretty. I do think 2 coats will be okay with me. Again, I don't have a strong visible nail line, y'all. Even when they're short or long, I just don't have a strong visible nail line. But I do definitely see some people who would prefer 3, or if you do have a visible nail line, you might want a blurring base coat maybe. It's very pretty though. Mandy says, I'm shocked that none of the makers made polish inspired by Annie DeFranco or Fiona Apple. Maybe I'm too old with the 90s guy hater music love. And there may be some. I don't know what all has been spoiled. Again, I only have 8 polishes, y'all, and there are so many brands. 40 plus, y'all, is my guess of how many brands are on PPU at the moment. Could be more even. I'm really bad at number guesstimating there. But there are tons of other brands. I just get sent a few of them. So I have 8 brands, and there are tons more. So again, on the polish pickup, we're going to do the second swatch on our swatch wheel here, our second coat here, because it just don't come through. But you can see that beautiful shimmer in there though. It's got the aqua blue shimmer. Jen says, wow, that's actually not super sheer, right? That's what I thought. It was pretty good in one coat, but let's do our second coat. But yes, there is the spoiler thread is up in the Polish Pickup Facebook group already. So if you want to see spoilers of what other brands are doing, definitely check that out. Now, not every brand comments on there either. So again, keep that in mind that you're just seeing a sampling of what's going to be available. Yeah, here's our second coat. It has that beautiful glowing shimmer. It's like a dream on there. Again, we can't really tell the opacity because of it being on the opaque swatch wheel. That's why we're going to do it on the natural nail. Yeah, I am sure that PPU will get me this month because of all of the themes. I am very much a music lover. I'm very an eclectic music lover. Like I grew up, my mom was born in the 60s, so I grew up listening to her music, a lot of 80s stuff. My stepdad was in a band for most of my childhood, teenagehood, and he played stuff way back, y'all. So I have a very eclectic music love, and I love that. Music definitely resonates with me. So seeing all of the songs and the inspo and everything, PPU is going to get me. And I try to avoid sales, y'all. I have so much nail polish. I don't need any more, but PPU gets me, and this month for sure. Maria J says Fiona Apple had great songs. All right, let's do our second coat on my natural nail, and I'm going to try and actually do this through the camera this time so I can see if we are in focus and in the actual camera. Also, I still don't know how you guys film these for swatches. Jen and Laura does swatches like this, and y'all, it's not easy. All right, here's our second coat. Now, I do feel like we're a little bit patchy. I also feel like I did a little bit of a heavier handed coat on the second one. So again, if you are typically a 3-coater, you may want 3 thin coats of this. But for me, I'm not mad at the 2. I don't know. Again, I try to always do things in 2 coats so you guys can see it and make your decision on if you want 2 or 3. But it's not bad in 2. It's very glowy. Like you can see that beautiful blue purple shimmer just glow on there. Super pretty. Now, I'm not going to do a 3rd coat on my thumb because I just feel like it's just going to build up really thick. Like I kind of feel like my second coat was too thick, but I will do a 3rd coat on the tip of the, also because I definitely will make a mess if I do a 3rd coat on my thumb. So I will do a 3rd coat on the tip of the swatch wheel so you guys can see the difference there. And then I will screenshot or label shot for y'all. All right, here is a 3rd coat. I don't know if that's going to show a difference in the opacity. Okay, it really didn't. So now I feel like I have to do a 3rd on my thumb. Again, this is Cupcake Polish's Pieces of You. It's a very light blue curly with aqua blue shimmer. It's $13.50. I don't know the cap, but I feel like that showed nothing between the 2nd and 3rd coat. All right, let me see if I can do half the nail. Maybe we can do half to show the opacity. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying not to block the screen, but again, this is not easy. Okay, I've done a half-y swatch before, so let's see. Okay. So left side is 3 coats, right side is 2. All right, we are definitely opaque in 3. Definitely opaque in 3. Again, I don't think 2 is too bad, but I think if you're a 3-coater, typically you're gonna want 3 coats of this. If you have a strong visible nail line, you're gonna want 3 coats. Yeah, there's a visible difference between 2 and 3 on this one. It's very pretty. I almost feel like the shimmer is what makes it blue. Otherwise, it's almost just white with that shimmer. It's beautifully pale. It's soft and sweet. I think it's going to be stunning for spring manis. Jen says, I'd use 3, but I'm definitely impressed with 2. Same. I feel like it's pretty good in 2. I do think seeing them side by side, 2 and 3, obviously there's a very, very big difference between 2 and 3. So if I was wearing this, I would do 3 thin coats. If I was putting this on my nails to go out, I would do 3 thin coats. Even being the impatient person I am, y'all, I feel like 3, there is a noticeable difference. If I hadn't done that 3rd coat, y'all, I would have stuck to 2 because I wouldn't have known. But now that I see them side by side, I think 3 is the route. Let me give y'all label shots here. Again, Cupcake Polish's Pieces of You. It's going to be $13.50. Here is your swatch stick. Again, we have, or swatch wheel, whatever. We have 2 coats at the base and 3 coats at the tip. I know it's really hard to see that difference on the swatch wheel, but I will also give you a label shot of my natural nail. All right, here is the natural nail. Again, you have 3 coats on the left, 2 coats on the right. Very glowy. All right, that is our last polish for the night. I'm going to zoom out so y'all, and I'll scoot you back up so y'all can see our info sheet. And then I will pull our swatch sticks on here too so you can see everything, including, again, we have that Colors de Carol if y'all came in late. Colors de Carol's is a thermal. It's a stunning cobalt blue. And then when warm, it goes to a light blue. There it is. I'm gonna get that put down there. And then we have our magnetics from Lynb Designs, as well as our magnetic from Glisten Glow, which I'm trying to get everything to be on screen, kind of ish. We almost succeeded, right? All right, so if anybody, oh, let me get rid of that thing. Anyone wants to screenshot again, this is our info for everything I showed off tonight, plus your swatches, 8 gorgeous, gorgeous polishes. We do have a, ooh, yeah, it's going to be in black because it's what I grabbed for. Also, the green explodes on me every time I use it. For anyone who wants $13.50 and $2.50. For anyone who wants official information, there is, oh, y'all, see, this is why we don't do live swatches. See, I told you. If I did 3, I would mess it up. For anyone who wants that official pricing for Rivets Threat Level Orange, it's $13.50 with a cap of $2.50. But that is all the info and the polishes from tonight. So many beautiful things. Again, this is just a tasting of what Polish Pickup is going to have. Colors to Carol says, I will decide on my cap this weekend. Thank you so much, Chelsea. You are so welcome, Carolina. So y'all stay tuned to hear the official cap on the Colors to Carol Sink or Swim, because there will be a cap. All right, I'm going to flip y'all around. We can chat for just a second, and then I will let you go back to your evening. Kevin got home right as I got on the live, and he is cooking dinner, and y'all, I am so hungry. Actually, the whole time we were out of town, we got up earlier than typically, just I think because we were traveling and we had so much to do. And then, like, you know, we ate out, which you're not used to doing that so much. So we ate earlier most days. So the fact that it's like 7:20 used to be dinner time, but it feels a little late right now. So like I'm starving. I'm very excited for whatever he's cooking. I can smell it and it smells so good. But yes, so 8 fantastic polishes here, y'all. Again, it is just a sampling of what will be in Polish Pickup April. Pre-order dates are April 3rd through the 6th. It is a pre-order. I think it takes like 3 to 4 weeks for things to start shipping, and then because of the post office, it's another like week to 2 weeks before you receive things. That's just how Polish Pickup rolls. So keep that in mind when you are ordering. Wishlisting, I believe, starts the 29th. It's either Sunday or Monday before the sale goes live. I never remember which one. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday. I'm pretty confident it is Sunday. But yes, small sampling of what will be available. Definitely follow other amazing swatchers and the Polish Pickup Facebook group so you can see the other spoilers. Yeah, I will let you all go back to your evening. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I think I'm doing another live tomorrow night because I got everything done before my trip, and now we're at the point of after the trip that like I'm not behind, but I'm like, we got to roll. So I think we have a live tomorrow. We might have a live on Friday. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up. So with that being said, I will see all of y'all in the next one. Bye.